Guess what we got today? More proportions. We're going to solve rate problems with proportions and with equations. So let's get after it. For problems A through C, we're going to record the information in a ratio table. We've been using them a lot. We're going to estimate an answer and then solve the problem by writing and solving a proportion. Okay, if 5 pounds of seedless grapes cost $3.80, how much would 9 pounds cost? Okay, we got grapes in pounds, and we've got the cost in dollars. It's really the only things we need to consider here. 5 pounds costs $3.80. 9 pounds costs how much? So don't really need a total column for the row for this one. All right, so the estimate here first of all, there's my proportion. Let's make sense of this. So it's 5 out of 3.8, or 5 over 3 equals 9 over x. I probably should have done my estimate first, but 5 pounds, 9 pounds is twice as much as 5 pounds. Not quite twice as much, but it's about twice as much. So, the cost should be about twice as much. So twice as much as 4 should be 8, about $8. It's probably less. It's less than $8, but that'll give us a good estimate. And here we go. We're going to use cross products here. 5 times x equals 3.8 times 9. And we'll divide both sides by 5. $6.84. So my estimate was less than 8. Yeah, it's less than 8. It's greater than 380, obviously, because 9 pounds is going to cost more. There we go. I think the whole thing with the estimating is, is your answer going to make sense? Okay, is your answer going to make sense at the end? Let's try it again. If 8 cows eat 200 pounds of hay a day, how many pounds of hay would 20 cows eat? Well, 8 times 2 is 16. So 200 times 2 would be 400. 8 times 3 is 24 cows. 200 times 3 is 600. It's somewhere between 400 and 600 pounds. Some of you might be able to do this mentally without even doing this, but here we go. So we got our number of cows, and we got our pounds of hay that we're going to be given here. 8 cows eat 200 pounds. We're trying to figure out how many pounds 20 cows will eat. So there's our setup. So we can write our proportion. 8 over 200 equals 20 over x. Use cross products. 8 times x equals 4,000, and we'll divide both sides by 8, which is 500. Remember, my estimate was somewhere between 400 and 600 pounds. In fact, it's right between 400 and 600 pounds. Just like 20 cows is right between 16 and 24 cows. So that kind of makes sense. It's exactly halfway between. It's 500 pounds. Darcy can type 135 words in 3 minutes. At that rate, how many minutes would it take her to type 450 words? Okay, 135 is about 150. 150 times 3. I'm sorry, 3 minutes. Okay, so every 3 minutes she's typing about 150 words. So 3 times 150 is 450. 3 times 3 would be about 9 minutes. It's going to be a little bit more than 9 minutes. That's my guess. Here we go. The words that she types and the number of minutes it takes her to type those words. Okay, 135 words takes her 3 minutes. So we're trying to figure out how long it's going to take her to type 450 words. Okay, so 135 over 3 equals 450 over x. 135 times x is 135x. 3 times 450 is 1,350. Divide both sides by 135 and we get 10 minutes. So I said about 9 minutes. I said more than 9 minutes. So I was right. It's 10 minutes. And that does work out perfectly. Okay, so we just solved 3 ratio problems using proportions. It's a great way to do it. You guys are good at solving proportions. I think you'll like that method. I think, and we've also done this method, and what I want to do is compare them. This is using rates. Find the price per pound of grapes in example A, the pounds of hay per cow in example B, and the words per minute in example C. So I'm going to use some color coding here. We used red for A, so we'll use red here. $3.80 for 5 pounds of grapes. That was the ratio given to us, or the rate given to us. 380 divided by 5 pounds, using a calculator here, it's 76 cents per pound of grapes. Okay. On example B, the pounds of hay per cow, it was given to us that 8 cows, or 200 pounds, was eaten by 8 cows, and we're trying to do this pounds per cow, so pounds over cows. 200 divided by 8 is 25. So 25 pounds of hay per cow. Okay, and the last one, words per minute. So we're going to go words over minutes. It was 135 words that could be typed in 3 minutes. Words over minutes. So we'll divide 135 by 3. And that is 45 words that she could type per minute. Okay, so we just found 3 rates, or unit rates actually, per 1 pound, per 1 cow, per 1 minute. Those are called unit rates when you find per 1. And now we're going to use those here on E. Solve problems in examples A and B, again, using a rate equation instead of proportion. So I'm going to open up both pages here. We've got, in A, it was 76 cents per pound of grapes, and we were trying to figure out what 9 pounds cost. So we're going to go 9 pounds of grapes times 76 cents per pound, or 0.76 of a dollar per pound. Notice how the pounds is going to cancel out, and 9 times 0.76 is $6.84, which is the same answer that we got when we used proportions the first time in example A. Let's do this again. B, we were trying to figure out how many pounds of hay 20 cows would eat. So we're going to start with 20 cows. We now know that they ate 25 pounds of hay per cow. Those cows cancels out. 20 times 25 is 500 pounds of hay. Okay, and that's the exact same answer when we did B using a proportion. So you can use unit rates, and we've done that before, or you can use proportions, and you're going to get the same answer either way. So a lot of time you're going to have a choice as to which you want to do. Sometimes one way is easier than the other. Sometimes it's the other way. Sometimes proportions are easier. Sometimes unit rates are easier. You know, it's going to be kind of up to you. So, all right, so we connected some things and maybe learned some things, and I'll see you tomorrow so we can practice. Have a great night.